See, a lot of people don't know that they're running around sick because the body tends to get dehydrated. It starts to lose a lot of water, a lot of yin in Chinese tonic herbalism, we say. When you start to get hydrated and you start to restore yin, you start to see the playing field better when it comes to your body, your blood, your cells, white blood cells, red blood cells. When you become less damp, less filled with mucus, backed up in the lymphatic system, when you cleanse and detox correctly, you start to notice the sickness has been in you and it's starting to leave you as you cleanse and circulate better. When you get movement, they say the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump, so you gotta get movement. It's meant to get movement as human beings, to get exercise, to sweat, to release toxins. The body's always trying to release toxins through movement, through the breath, through various activity and actions. And if we don't adhere to the body, we go, stay on fight or flight. And when your body's so on fight or flight, it has a hard time catching up with itself. In Chinese tonic herbalism, what makes a great herbalist, we say that it's a person that's able to understand the root cause of the issue, the root cause of the dis-ease. We're able to see on an energetic level, we're able to see on a psychological level and help people based on what they're going through, what they've been through, and then formulate a protocol herbally to then help that person become more regulated, more clear, strong in their immune system, overcome the adversity, overcome the dis-ease, and so forth. Chinese tonic herbalism is about the deeper understanding of the human condition when it comes to the treasures of life, the Jing, the Qi, the Shen, and the will. In English, in America, that translates to spirit, mind, body, and then of course we understand more about the will as it translates in English definition. If you don't have a strong will, which is going into the fabrications of the mind, which is built through lifestyle, focus, which influences your trajectory because it's based on your intention, and then what you focus on shows up in your mind's eye, and that influences your will, especially from a gut level, which is the mind-body connection, which connects to your outlook of life. So therefore, the manifestation is happening through the practice of a specific kind of lifestyle, and that influences your will based on the movement and the depths of your spirit. So it's all interconnected. You see, spirit, mind, body, will, Jing, Qi, Shen, will, the dance of life, mind-body connection, the neurological system, the earth itself, the elemental understanding, it's all interconnected within our lifestyle, our decisions, our intention, our focus, our influences. That's why some people are like, oh, you made me mad, but it's like more about, okay, you influenced me. Because very rarely someone can force you unless it's an emergency situation and they're trying to force you against your own will. But it's we accept, or we gravitate, or we choose, we decide, we are influencing our own consciousness based on our will, our willingness to commit to certain actions, our willingness to commit to taking certain herbs. The herbs we take is going to influence our reality, because the herbs are going to teach us based on what the herbs bring in, the benefits of the herbs, the compounds of the herbs. The herb itself is living, a lot would say, so the herb is influencing our outlook of life. That's why I share with people life on herbs, because the herbs we take is teaching us. You take a yin herb, it's going to teach you how to be more yin. You take a yang herb, it's going to teach you how to be more yang. You take a qi herb, it's going to teach you how to become more qi-like. You take a shen herb, it's going to teach you how to be more shen-like, which translates to spirit, clarity, awareness, and that loving universal connection that connects us all. It's the shen of things, right? So in Chinese tonic herbalism, we have the treasures that we live by. We're always learning about the treasures, always analyzing the treasures, always welcoming the beauty of the interaction of the treasures, the dance of the treasures. And when we see that herbs influence our reality, we start to understand that everything influences our reality, because we are the earth and the earth is us. If we had nothing to think about, therefore we would not exist. Bruce Lee had analyzed this and studied the depths of philosophy and started to understand the manifestation of things through his culture, through his actions, through his lifestyle, through his martial arts mindset. So herbalism is also a martial arts mindset. That's why a lot of martial artists use a lot of herbs, and athletes use a lot of herbs, and certain business people use a lot of herbs, and certain people in the medical field use a lot of herbs. A lot of older people and seniors use a lot of herbs. In biblical times, they used a lot of herbs. Ancient times, they used a lot of herbs. It's the herbs that were shaping the land, the culture, the ethnicity, the people, the soil, the food. Everything was based on the herbs, which was an interaction of the environment itself. Like even in Tibet, rhodiola is influencing the culture. You know, in Russia, rhodiola rosea was influencing the culture. Moringa was influencing African culture. Aloe vera was influencing Egyptian culture, right? So it's all about what you're shaping yourself to be. How are you shaping yourself? How are you interacting with the herbs? How are you welcoming in the herbs? And a lot of people don't understand the holistic healthcare. They think it's just like a supplementation or some sort of pharmaceutical approach. You take something, that's it. But there's an interaction here. There's an elemental understanding. There's a history behind it. There's a respect that should be embraced. And it depends on what herbs work for you based on your lifestyle, based on your purpose, based on your intention, based on your desire, based on your needs. That's why it'll teach you how to adapt when it comes to what it is that you choose to do, what you should do. And you're getting healthier by understanding health beyond danger, because energetically, the treasures, you're rebuilding yourself, replenishing yourself, getting the rest before you even feel like you need the rest. A lot of times when people have physical issues, their energetic system, that area has been burned out or diminished greatly before they even discovered that they had a physical discomfort or a physical dis-ease. So it's understanding more about the energetic body, sitting in your Wi Chi, sitting in your protector Chi, building defensive energy, building the willpower, building the spirit and the clarity to see more about your bodily functions and your state neurologically. You're seeing your mind, you're understanding the dance between the treasures, because you are in tune with the herbs and you are taking the right herbs and you do have a strategy, you do have a protocol, and it's important to understand that and to see that, because therefore you can continue to build on those practices. And when you are out of sync and dehydrated and those signals are out of sync, then you're not going to notice that you have a condition. You're not going to notice that you've been dry. You're not going to notice you've been dehydrated. Your appetite's off. Your hormones are off because you're not replenishing. You're not adhering to the treasures. You have no spiritual foundation, perhaps. There's no replenishment based on always staying in fight or flight. And if you happen to get the rest, because a lot of people get sleep, but they may not get out of fight or flight. Their mind's going, coffee, caffeine. They're trying to rev up the glands. The more you rev up the glands, the more you age yourself. You pull on your hypothalamus, you pull on your pineal, and then you get gray hairs earlier, and perhaps. And then if you don't replenish and rest enough, then you're always going. And your organs are aging at different rates and different speeds. The glands age at different rates and different speeds depending on your decision. But when we start to understand the aging process in Chinese tonic herbalism, we say it's reversing of aging, because it's slowing down the aging process. Not that you can become immortal, but you're slowing down the aging process by understanding and adhering to the benefits of the herbs that are assisting and replenishing you to the point where you are getting that vitality and that prenatal chi, that prenatal jing, and that original chi, that yin, that replenishment of essence, the rejuvenation, and that core of the kidneys, that gate of life is being replenished enough that it's also helping turn the signals of the body back on so you can see where you're at. You know, there's energetic dis-ease and there's physical dis-ease. There's different bodies, different planes of yourself. But if we can adhere to what we need to do and what we should be doing, then we can replenish before we even need to, because therefore we're restoring. Our Jing is like our savings account. You're bringing in the energies and the benefits of the herbs. It's regulating you to where you're replenishing enough to where you're building a savings account, we say, in Chinese tonic herbalism, perhaps. That using that analogy. And your checkings is like your chi. It's your daily consumption of the chi that you need to breathe and move and to animate the body, and the nutrients and the nutritive chi, and you're breathing in a lot of the different elements of the earth so you can carry out action and stimulate the hormones. So, okay, why do we need protein? Why do we need amino acids? Because we need to stimulate and build the hormones to continue to carry out the action of the energetic frequencies and the energetic treasures that are bringing out certain animation of the body. But the depths of Chinese tonic herbalism is very unique, and it's a lost art because a lot of people, especially in America, are not adhering to the energetic body enough. They're trying to sidetrack, they're trying to shortcut, they're trying to go against nature and go against the human organism, and go against being human because you want we want what we want. We all want what we want so fast that we may not have the patience enough to adhere to the art of the Chinese kind of herbalism and the flow. There's a reason why we take certain herbs at different parts of the day, so we can replenish, so we can understand and match the energetic frequency of the action that we're committing to. This is Mondo with Zyphon Herbs.